You guys get another build, I think.
Yes.
Yes. Because you built once. You built the pier. You guys got the houses for free. Because the lumberjack guy did that. So you actually have another building that you guys can throw down. And I figured out the overcrowding residences thing. When you guys became a town, you guys have access to 4 blocks, basically. Each block is 4 lots. Whatever, we'll call them blocks, lots, whatever. Each one of these is 4 little sites where you guys can put down buildings. For each block that you have, you're supposed to have 1 residence building. Otherwise, you guys technically are overcrowded. So, like, you have 3 currently down. You have this house right here. You have this house right here. And that's it. So you have 2 residences. Yeah, it's supposed to be there. It got moved somehow. And this is all supposed to be over a little bit. I was playing stuff today. The other thing is it doesn't necessarily even have to be a house to satisfy overcrowded. Anything with the residential tag. So like if you guys click on houses, you'll see it's got like traits, building, residential. I think garrison is one. It's like a low-level building that also has residential or barracks, maybe. So there's some options.
Does the bar house people too, or no?
Popular tavern. No, it does not have residential.
Boo, bad zoning. This is more forgiving than the one game I can't think of right now. Like, not Civilization, but like Civilization, but just medieval. That I played temporarily
Old
for
World or
weeks.
something?
No, I can't think of it.
That's all right. It seems forgiving. I think the other version of this game, you actually get bonuses for putting buildings next to each other. It gets a little more complicated, but
Oh, the table or the Steam game?
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
So the inn and the barracks are 2 of the lower level ones outside of like a house that does give residential. So inn, barracks, or houses.
starts putting all the houses in the same place together. I mean, I know in real life we can't just move these around later, but we can move these around later.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys wanted to put all the houses together, you could.
I think there has to be one in every block.
Yeah, there does. These are basically neighborhoods.
Okay.
These rows or white sections are entire like neighborhoods.
I was more concerned about the pier that's not by the water.
It's close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
It extends out from. If you actually do a distance tool, it's like thousands of feet away.
Yeah.
Do we want to build a barracks then, if that satisfies the residential stuff? And we probably want one just for the bonus, right? If we're gonna be doing more army stuff,
They just don't have to be touched.
That was my thought. Yeah, like we've been
Something
putting
we
time
come to
with
play
them.
at some point.
They've been sleeping in tents, basically.
I feel like we had more resources before, but maybe I'm crazy. Because nothing.
We ended our turn, and when you end our turn, our resources like got scrapped.
Yeah, so just you guys could place down like the barracks or in other houses. You guys had enough to do another one. You had surplus.
I mean, if they're the same and barracks gives a bonus, I go barracks.
So that would be. It would need to be on the side somewhere.
Now you do have access to a fourth block, but a fourth block then needs a fourth place, fourth residential thing. Yeah. You guys can Tetris that however you want, but they have to be touching in some regard. Alright, so you guys built a barracks for your army. Plus one bonus to garrison army, recover army, recruit army. And they help with helping your soldiers get back. Oh, and then reduce unrest by 1. You guys have unrest to get rid of.
Boom.
Nice.
So we go down to 2.
Yeah, isn't that the sheet right now?
No, I just remembered we had 3.
Yep, you're at 2. Sweet. But now they're caught up with that. Last week, session 44, The Cost of Growth. Morning had arrived with a monthly audience with the citizens. They first ushered in was Maya Hargrove, who claimed to be sent by Lady Jamandi Aldori as the last support that she could offer. Glancing over the letter of invitation and authenticity, everything seemed to be in line. The young woman seemed quite arrogant and power-hungry in her eyes, to some, and when she asked if she could sit and remain in the chamber for the other audiences, everyone agreed. Willow and Theon chose to keep a close eye on her. One by one, the citizens came in and the council leaders listened. One speaking up if either falls under their jurisdiction or particular interest before long. Everyone is seen. Willow had sought out a couple of other people to see. The first was the gentleman who opened the inn, a Jammery, that's his name. He informs you that he did not cut down the woods himself. Wait, no, that's not quite right. Jammery had nothing to do with the trees going down.
No, he just bought the trees.
Not close. But it seems that Darren Holt was also new to town and had an urge to bring housing to the struggling citizens. When he got here, he sensed that he could see the overcrowding situation. He kind of took some things in his own hands and cleared a section of land that was not under official kingdom control, drawing ire from Oak a little bit. And he built some houses in doing so. The propaganda spreader Grigori is continuing to spread the little deceit around about various troubles in the town. Willow also summoned a small gnome, Jubilost. She apologized to the man who seemed to have laughed it off about meeting Queen Amiri, but the way he clutched his stomach seemed to hint at a painful punchline likely delivered. Maps were purchased, and King Aldrich readily agreed, and though Theon would work out the details for cost of getting all those maps. With time to focus on their own needs as well as their own particular duties, days turned into weeks, and the group spent apart. Willow asked Lindsay for a few favors, the first to be to find a ring suitable for a man about the size of Theon. And she sent out invitations for a coming feast. Invitations were sent to all her friends, Sawyer, Oleg, Svetlana, the ex-bandit Waylon, and his recently arrived family. Oak spoke to all her woodland friends, gathered a bunch of information, and really focused on establishing her... Did you go with the name yet, Oak? Is it Oak's Totes? Oak? I don't know. You gotta give me something. on opening her herb and smoke shop. Dizzy spent a lot of time on working and using magic to build the pier, and also wanted to work with Harem, and ended up working partially alongside with Maya to build a memorial in the cemetery for those that die in the cause of Brackenhold. XPs, everyone should be at 904. Okay. Right. Has already built some stuff. Dizzy, you spend at least a couple hours each day over the coming possible weeks or month that may even roll into longer, depending on what you guys decide to do. Mary is a very chaotic thing to try to get under your control, but you are very experienced, and you have a lot of magic at your disposal, and you try not to use much of that, but your ability to talk to her back and forth, you get Oak involved a lot. I leveled Mary up, and she is trained enough to no longer, she can identify fenced animals and things like, she doesn't go for cats, dogs, like household pets. She doesn't leap into fences anymore.
Nice.
You've taken her, a couple miles outside, and you had to just figure out some, safe ones yourselves for proper game that she could hunt and everything, and it took some time, but you've identified several safe hunting grounds within like a 3-mile area of various places where she can go hunt some small game.
Sweet.
You've also identified her capacity for swimming, like big old bears are able to. It was a time that she was spent playing in the river. You found a spot where there's not much, or in the lake there. She was swimming around for hours and just didn't seem to tire, and many times was able to come up with some of her own fish. Just a couple 100 yards down from the pier, fishermen it's kind of become a thing where they go out in their boats and they wave to you as you kind of like been teaching her some stuff. But she's leveled up. She's now like a level 2 creature, a little more sturdy, and
Almost Morty sized.
I just imagine the scene from Lion King where Simba's and Mufasa are like using poor Zazu as a training dummy.
It's also a similar scene of them crossing the log as Simba goes, and he's getting bigger and bigger, and yeah, you got like a scruffy mane version right now. Some not adult plumage, but all the baby feathers are starting to slowly fall off, and some young adult feathers and plumage are starting to come in. She has shed her nails probably 3 times over in the last couple months, and you look at them now and you're like, yeah, if she gets onto a person, it's probably not going to be very good. She's probably going to triple in size yet.
So can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can now. That's the
Now
first
we
thing I
can.
heard you say.
Cool.
Was that like cool? I've been saying stuff and haven't been heard, and
No, I just noticed my microphone was blinking, and I think I said something but I also was talking when other people were talking, so I have no idea. I just wanted to make sure my shit's working. Seems like it is.
Yep. Aldrich, I know you were wanting to work specifically with Lindsay. She's got excellent writing skills and on drafting a formal set of laws. I'm not going to ask you to give me a set of laws, but Some suggestions on official execution methods were brought forward by some of the group. Is there any major things that Aldrich is wanting to see into this legislation that's not obvious in your scope of moral compass?
Nothing that I can think of, like, other than just like the standard moral laws, you know. We covered the lumber thing, obviously, but that wasn't part of our kingdom technically, so don't really have jurisdiction there anyway. But yeah, I can't think of anything specific right now that I would want to throw in.
You're not like enacting prohibition or anything?
Don't look at me. No.
There shall be no more drinking of alcoholic beverages.
The punishment for everything is enslavement.
You guys may find a written bill, like just lying in the study, and it's terribly written. But it basically outlines that execution will no longer be handled due to beheading or the gallows. Instead, executions shall be handled by giving over those guilty back to the stolen lands, i.e. fed to carnivorous plants.
The one by the witch?
It's the closest one.
That's a terrible way to go. Slow digestion by a massive...
Don't do anything that leads to execution.
I think you find Dizzy's signature of authenticity and approval on the bottom of this legislation.
It said something else before, but like it was like whited out over and scribbled in pen on top.
That's awesome. Fionn? I remember you were wanting to do school stuff, and you were looking to possibly even fund this out of your own coin or the party's coin. So I did some digging, and there is a series of buildings that you guys can do, and I will let you do one. But I think I said it's going to be. Did I say 300 gold? I think I said
That sounds right.
300.
I think I said 300 gold, and you have a lot of other valuables that you could put towards this, you know, or other items I'll take towards this. But you have to first, what you're finding as Fionn's asking and allocating some resources, and you talk with Lindsay, and step one is to gather source material. And you start doing that, and they're piling up outside of the bookshelves that you guys have in your own little keep here, and it gets suggested to you that step one is a place to store all these books. And the first building you'd have to build is a library, which actually levels up into an academy, which then levels up into a university.
Perfect. I guess is the library 300 if we start with the library?
If your whole group is wanting to fund this, I will do a no roll needed expense of 300 gold. I think it's level 3. Let me double check that, because that's what I was doing it based on. Oh, it's level
What if
2.
we did
200 gold. I was going to do 100 gold per level of the building.
what about 200 or 180 and then a pair of silver earrings and the silver necklace with the dragon ruby.
Yeah, like a family heirloom.
Actually 180 and 2 silver necklaces with the ruby dragon.
I am sure you have a bunch of stuff that can probably use besides even using actual 180 worth of gold. Like, you have an illustrated book that's worth 12 gold.
Then we're gonna have a library with no books.
You have illuminated manuscripts, 10 gold. Just like fancy stuff that's in your party treasure. You don't have to go hunt and seek for it, but like, yeah, your trinkets and. All right, so you are actively pursuing this. You're going to do it. We'll figure out when it gets exchanged. All right, 200 gold worth of treasure, and do you want to?
Well, we don't need your coin.
Where do you want this library built, Fiona?
How about that tree?
This tree?
Yeah, no, the tree over here by.
Oh shit! So you see the open white squares?
Oh, it has to be that close. Okay.
Now you can open.
I'm afraid if I put it by the sea, then it's gonna be doomed. So let's put it by the cemetery.
Perfect. Study of the occult.
I did start a new meme channel, by the way.
So the library.
Should we be using the other meme channel?
Oh yeah. She's got it attached to her Twitch, I think.
There's too many channels.
It's
we'll
right below it.
+1 bonus.
Click into my reaction.
Rest and relax. Using
Sorry.
I was just reading it myself with the library I actually gave you. But eventually you could upgrade that into an academy, and then, like I said, further into a university. You're introduced to a lady. Lindsay introduces you to her. It's. I've heard you're opening up a school.
Yes, ma'am.
I've traveled a long way, and I am looking. I am a volunteer teacher, and word has gone around that you have a building going up and possibly
Volunteer, you're immediately hired.
Oh, yes. I just need something to do. My name is Miss Niska. Do you have a class already? I can use this tree here.
Wait, are we not running a background check on this free teacher? This seems kind of suspect.
Well, someone else can. It's an old lady. I trust old ladies. If it was a man, it would be a different conversation.
He's like 50, maybe. Not like old. But,
Yeah, what are you trying to
Wait, is
say?
it a man or a woman?
It's a woman.
It's fine.
It's fine. She's fine. My only request is the classes must be over by 4 p.m. Because I spend my evening hours helping young mothers here in town as well. I'm a midwife.
Perfect. Well, since you have the network of mothers, you can tell them about the school and help us build the class.
Again, my name is Miss Niska, and well, I will be lingering around the build site at the library.
Thank you, Miss Nisker.
Maya, you've had some things that you wanted to do. You wanted to meet up with Jubilost and perhaps reconvene with an old friend?
Yes, I want to make the rounds in the city. Yeah, I want to meet up with Valerie and go to the inn and talk to some people about things that are happening around here. And Jubilost, if he's available.
One of your other investigations were about guilds and trying to organize them. And you find baby steps are taken, like each time like a building is put together. And I thought you guys had a brewery.
General store?
It's behind the pier.
Right? Didn't you guys have a brewery?
I don't see it on there. It's just
Yeah,
a
it's
general
one of the
store.
first things we built.
I think we had tavern, not
That's the
brewery,
first
but
one.
First thing we built was a brewery.
It got
Yeah,
blowed up.
priorities.
Yeah.
We thought we were gonna fucking
No,
make this a dry
it
town.
got blowed up.
I think you did lose something. Yeah, you lost a
in
building.
the owl bear
What?
thing, we lost
What?
the brewery.
What?
Yeah, remember? We lost the brewery, and that's where we built the cemetery, was in the remnants of the brewery.
I think I remember that now. Yeah, that definitely happened. There was a... While you guys were gone, there was a Kingdom event, Owlbear Attacks. We did the Kingdom event, but we did it live, like, table with you guys being the, like, Valerie and the other NPCs. And based on how you guys did, we then rolled the dice in the Kingdom event. And you guys... I think you, like, failed the roll, but then because you did so good in the combat, you
I
got
have a question about that roll. Did we make sure that we had our high skill thing selected of magic when we rolled that?
We were.
Brewery was destroyed in the chaos.
Rewatch the clip. Rewatch the clip right now.
This is horseshit.
Let's see that replay.
Delete the school. We need our brewery now.
This isn't baseball.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
Jesus.
Baseball now. Challenges. Games now.
Alright, session 33. Stewards in the Shadow of the Beast. I will read it real quick and I will clip it and share the information.
Stewards of the shadow of the missing brewery.
Only 300 gold duties.
As they rallied to finish the hard work of putting out the flames of the ruined brewery, the heroes rode into town.
I guess I will pay for the school then out of my own pocket, and then you guys can pay for the brewery, new brewery 2. 2.0.
I remembered you guys having one at one point, and I was looking at the buildings and noticed it wasn't there, and I had to do a little remember action.
Yeah, I'll screenshot this and share it.
It happened.
All right, special council meeting. We need to run some kingdom runs. We need to build a new brewery.
But my with the pier going up, there's within days there's several gentlemen that are putting together a fishing tournament. Then there's a stipend for the fishing vessel that brings in the most actual like food commodity. You know, there's little rewards, little motivations, and very quickly you actually, you know, over a week or two after the pier is built, it's a guild, but it's not. There's no name to it. It's just a bunch of. There's about 30 people, a couple of families, and there's about 3 men that are kind of like the ringleaders of it and organizing all kinds of fishing events and things like that. And better fishing spots get identified, and there's not like there's a competition to it, but it's like an early bird gets the worm, and it's like it's a very friendly atmosphere, and yeah, there's a de facto fishing guild being formed all on its own. You do hear a lot of talks about a lack of brewery, and with the soldiers and now being there's a barracks here in town. There's a tavern that's gone up, which is helping alleviate the lack of brewery a little bit. But the tavern is a seafood specialized place. Like they do kind of everything, but without production of more alcohol. There's a lot of flat times where all they're serving is water and like a seltzer and a mead.
We're on bread and water here. So it's nice to know there's like a moose lodge of sorts going on.
It takes about a week of you asking around. You get word that Valerie is about 20 miles to the northwest. She's doing extended like range training with your army, the capital's army,
The kingdom's army.
the Iron Antlers is their name. What I mean,
I stepped on toes. I named them.
Willow named them, but I know Aldrich also recruited them. These were your first army that you guys recruited. Aldrich recruited them after the owlbear attack. These are the hardened volunteer soldiers and recruited militia that really came together to fight off, the owlbear. You guys actually gave them the toughness tactic or something to make them hardier. Aldrich, final say, you get to name them.
I like that name. That's fun.
That's fun.
I like it. I mean, we are stags crossing. Our emblem is a giant deer with antlers. It's good.
But you hear that she is out of the capital now and will be returning in a week or so, as she's basically driving the army through a bunch of training and forced march to try to improve their endurance if they ever have to be deployed. With you being new in the capital, there's some rumors and things that you overhear with your time spent in the new tavern. Talking with Jubilost, and he's hearing his own share of rumors, and you guys are kind of bouncing, a bunch of stuff off of each other, but you guys kind of like studying. You overhear a very disastrous situation to the west. There's a swamp called Hooktongue Slough, and there's a undefined territory battle that took place about 2 months ago between your rulers, some of the army before you actually had an army, where Bogards kind of emerged from the swamp, tested the boundaries, and were repelled. And then your heroes kind of went in. And one thing you hear overall is there was a presence of a rather large black dragon that survived the conflict and flew further in towards Hooktongue Slough, swearing vengeance.
It's a bog dragon or a swamp dragon.
The second alarming bit of the conflict is confirmations that the dragon was a very potent spellcaster as well.
Okay. Yeah, so he's got a little bit of age on him.
Give me an Arcana check.
Lore Swamp?
It's less about Black Dragon themselves and more about a specific detail in what you just said. You can roll Swamp. Your choice. Your choice.
I'll roll Arcana. Don't know why I rolled that.
You get several descriptions. Not necessarily, maybe. I mean, if you go ask, Willow, Oak, Aldrich of their description of the dragon, you'll get the most accurate one. But you're just kind of getting what was passed along. The description, the size of the dragon, though yes, large, its spellcasting potency seemed to be far ahead of the size that you're being described.
And it has nothing to do with its color, it's just getting it from somewhere else.
Possibly. You don't know. You weren't there. You'd have to maybe ask the rulers of the kingdom. But something's not quite adding up with how big the dragon was being described, and its magical potency. He shares some rumors that he overheard about a tiny gnome-like figure with like fiery red hair that seemed to be running through like a farm, holding a cow over its head, and then he leaped in one bound and placed the cow on top of a roof and disappeared. And farmers were amazed about how this cow got up on this roof. Many other animals were placed up in treetops. Small little arsons were started only for this gnome-like figure to point them out immediately. You know, like starting a fire and being like, hey, there's a fire. Very mischievous little deeds, and no one's seen him for months. He's been gone.
Weird. Does it sound like a particular type of creature to me?
Faye?
Besides, yes, I mean, besides being a gnome. Okay.
Some of the stories you're getting sound outlandish, and if they are all true, your instinct is that its visual description might not be what it actually is. I mean, if a gnome could just carry a cow and leap 20 feet and land on top of a building and put a cow, like, that's not a gnome that you know of.
No, but it might be. I mean, not be.
Or it never even happened, and it was like an illusion, or there's some stuff that's not adding up. There's some pretty outlandish bits to the story. But a week goes by, and there's a knock on your door at your tavern that you're staying at.
Actually, I'm staying next to the tavern in a cabin. Wait, yes.
Knock on your door.
I'll go downstairs and... Oh, I don't think it's 2 stories. I'll go answer. Hello?
A woman is standing before you. You recognize her, but you don't. Very physically imposing. Wearing full plate armor, sword obviously, shield, sheathed, shield is on her back. You recognize her face. This is Valerie, but you are like eyes wide, shocked, because last you seen her, her hair was all the way down to like the waist of her back, and you were always jealous of, like, once your hair gets like a little bit longer, it's like you just, I don't know, you keep it short, and you were always jealous of Valerie's like 3 foot long, luxurious, always perfect, even in like after like physical, PE type classes that you guys did finishing school. It's been probably 10 years or more since you've seen her.
Well, Valerie. How has kids been ages? How have you been, old friend?
10 years and 3 months. I am
10 years.
Maya. What are you doing here?
I'm looking for opportunity. Look, in Rostov, I'd be waiting 20 to 30 years for someone to die or step down to get a good government position.
Should have married, what's his name? As soon as you graduated, got out of school. I told you should have married him.
Oh, Oh, he was not worth it, Valerie. And
Yes,
we
he was
just happened
old,
to-
but you would have had the position that you wanted. You would have had it years ago. Yes, he was 72 years old, but he would have, not been around that much longer. In fact, I think he passed like 3 years later. But you would have had everything you dreamed for.
But I can get everything I dream for with my abilities. I'm good enough, Valerie. It's just the line is a bit too long, that's all.
As you say you're good enough, she kind of like snaps up and draws her shoulders wide. I've turned my back on Jalen. I won't be her priestess, and I won't be her champion.
Is that what happened to your hair? Did Shaylin cut it all off?
I cut it off.
Out of spite?
Yes. Long hair always got me more attention than I ever wanted. And it gets in the way in combat now. I'm a general here in Brackenhold. I'm sure you've heard. Commander of all our standing forces.
I have heard. I think you will be a better general than you ever would have been at the Order of the Rose. And I'm happy that you're out here doing what you love doing.
You haven't heard anything of my old mentor, have you?
No, I have not. I don't really dabble too much in Shaylin's business. I'm more of an Abadar faithful myself, you know.
Where there's money, there's power.
And money and power gets me everything I need. And that's why I'm here. I want to make Brackenhold my new home. And I want to make this kingdom great. And I will rub it in Brevoy's face.
So, who actually sent you here? Was it Restov or was it Brevoy?
It was Rostov. Lady Jemani.
I know that question may seem odd, but they are not entirely one and the same.
No, they aren't. But when you're matching kingdom to kingdom, you gotta use apples to apples.
There's good folk here. Not that you intend to, but don't go stirring up any trouble here, Maya. But Aldrich, the ruler, he's from great lineage, though he doesn't talk about it much. There are others here. I won't speak of them, I'll leave it up to themselves. But when the time comes, I'm sure they'll ask you to travel with them. Your capabilities in various avenues were always much greater than mine. I can help when an enemy's right in front of me. You always seem to have the answer for other things.
It just takes a little bit of planning. They do seem like a tight-knit group. They have friendship amongst themselves. They seem very loyal and faithful to each other. I knew they were a bit uncultured, but I don't know that I was prepared for all of this. The one they called Oak nosed my butt and sniffed me like an animal, Valerie.
Nose your butt?
She chuckles. Just be thankful she wasn't as an elephant.
Oh, I can only imagine. Two druids. I don't need to be as proper as I always was. I'll just bring as much culture as they want to this kingdom, and we'll just go from there.
So, I would say catch up over dinner some more. there's not really many good places just yet. There's a great tavern that just opened up, and some great bass is supposed to be coming in from fresh catch today. I'm here for a week, and then I'm headed back out with the troops. I can't always be with the army, you know. I must have other presence elsewhere, but the commanding officer is shaping up to be pretty worthy. His name's Sawyer. I think you'll do well.
Sounds like you have been doing well. But that does sound good. I would like to enjoy a meal at the only restaurant that has provided food from the only guild in town.
I just linked some Sawyer there.
Yeah, I did not hear a description that looked like Brad Pitt and the
Nah,
Listen,
come out of her mouth.
that's mine.
You won't hear Valerie. You've never heard her talk positive about, like visually positive about a male figure ever.
And I didn't hear her talk visually positive about him, to be honest with you.
No, just that he might turn out to be quite capable in the field.
Does she want to wake up with a fork in her eye?
Quite capable.
So she'll keep her personal thoughts down. I'm kidding. Would never.
And she kind of makes it a point to spend, an hour or two, walking the capital, showing you and filling you in on as much, not super private detail about what's come up with the capital, the history, She won't reveal any detail about any of the party members that she, won't feel comfortable with, but fills you in a lot of the capabilities, and you also spend a lot of time with Jubilost and the maps, the area. You're pretty sure you can help them navigate this terrain with your knowledge of swamps and geography.
So when I'm speaking with Jubilost and I introduce myself, in the tavern it's upstairs. Maya breaks out a whole ass compendium book. It's like this. It's a bound compendium that's kind of wrapped in leathers to try and help waterproof it, because it travels. When she opens it up, it just has a lot of research about the different biomes found here in Brackenhold. Swamps, rivers, lakes, mountains, forests. Just creatures that you find there, the minerals that might be present, flora, fauna, environmental hazards, just a bunch of random stuff. And what she's looking to do is add those maps to it. But it would seem that Jubilost does not have those maps anymore.
He reveals several, water-damaged maps and cases that unfortunately got damaged in his travel across the river here recently, but what is intact is still exceptionally impressive. Not necessarily points of interest on undiscovered areas of the stolen lands, but the where swamps starts and forest and mountains, and you guys compare notes for weeks, always meeting up, and between spending your time with Valerie, Jubilost, and learning about the guilds, Maya's a busy girl.
Yes, I want to try and copy it. I mean, on off hours, I'm going to try and fill some of that information into the compendium best I can. I do promise him a copy of it eventually. And if Jubilost is interested, I'm sure when we start organizing various guilds to improve the kingdom's efficiency, if he wanted to be part of one or more of them, he'd be welcome to, if he's interested.
You would put me in charge of such an endeavor?
Let's see. Charge. I would see how well you work out, but if you're a man of proper thinking like I think you are, I think in charge would
I am no man, I am a gnome, and I'm not quite so certain of your capacity to promote me to any position just yet, Maya. I mean, we've only been here just a few weeks, and you tell me about your goals and your ambitions, and I share many of them. Yes, I do. I too would love to be promoted, and do you see how big that keep is? Have you seen inside? It is magnificent. The stone, the lighting. I can only imagine the beds in there are just so comfy and cozy. I want to sleep in there too.
Well, I imagine at some point we're going to have a guild hall and everything. But again, none of that exists quite yet. It just, we have the abilities. We just need to get the rest of it together.
I am very good at making sure all documentation and numbers align where they need to be, and a bank. We should build a bank, Maya, and put me in charge of the banking system.
We could use a banker's guild, yes.
Yes, I am going to go seek an audience with the king right away. I'm going to ask for a bank. Oh, hey man, Maya, could you do that for me? It's my short legs. It's so far across town. You put in a request for the bank.
All in good time, Jubilas. We probably need money and currency and...
Of course you need money. It's a bank. You can't have a bank with no money.
You can't have a bank with no money. You've got it.
Let me tell you about the collapse of the Taldorian banking system back in 4327. And he leads about 3 hours of history. And you try to escape conversation many times. He's like, oh, no, this is just where it gets good. Here. And then the gold was reduced to nothing of value because there was no gold left. And you lose your patience a little bit, but yeah, he goes into this huge. I mean, Abadar. So maybe you don't. Maybe you just like.
No, maybe I don't.
Yeah, he tells about some banking collapse in the Taldorian Empire. 100 and something years ago, and
I may be engaged.
yeah, you might be right there. You might correct him on a few points even. No. This is where your notes are wrong.
No.
So we got the 2 tree branches left, willow and oak. Volunteer to go.
Are you just lumping us together now? We're just the tree sisters over here.
The branch babes.
That's better. You want to go first, Oak?
Actually, I was literally about to get up to go pee, but I have my headset in if you want to go first.
Alright, sis, I got you. Crap. I wasn't ready. I was finishing up my notes. Mentally, I'm finishing up my notes for, Maya. That's the problem with multitasking. Okay, so, Willow. Shit. So we left off. I gotta open up my other file, is the problem. We left off with Willow basically setting up the beginning of the feast situation. She really wanted to make sure the invitations went out, make sure any food was going to be gathered so that she could basically plan and cook the feast herself. Aside from that, she's focusing a lot of time into she does not like this rumor monger. Even Sawyer's like, this dude's not cool. So she's kind of blending in, trying to watch him from afar, hear what he's saying, see the people's reactions so that she can make a plan on how best to deal with this.
Watching him from afar, talking about Grigori.
Yes. That's one of her main focuses.
You catch a couple days go by. You've picked up on his little rotation. He basically has a different couple of like spots where he chooses to give his speeches, and one seems to hit a lot of like lumberers as they leave for a morning to go on like a 10-mile little hike to get to their site, and little rotation. But you catch one. A kingdom grows, and with it, growth comes distance. Between rulers and people, between safety and what waits beyond it. Enemies don't always come as armies. Sometimes they come quietly, patiently, closer than you think. It's only a matter of time before something tests this kingdom. Let's hope our rulers are close enough to notice. Give me a perception check.
I'm doing scrub shit. Sorry. Perception?
Perception.
I have that ability. I have keen eyes, if that helps. If a +2 will help with that, I didn't select that, but I'm watching this mofo like nobody's business.
I think you'd have to have no eyes, no nose, and no ears.
For keen perception?
No, I'm just saying, not average. You notice the faintest glance towards the keep on his fourth line when he says, closer than you think. It's only a matter of time before something tests this kingdom. Catch that he kind of looks right at the keep. When he says that.
What is the reaction of the audience?
There's a lot of nodding. You hear some... It could be just like the owlbear. What if something terrible strikes us and they're not here? We're out in the middle of nowhere and there's danger everywhere.
Yes, I overheard the farmer with the white wolf. He's scared. He's telling everyone about the white wolf running rampant outside of town.
Fuck you!
Oh, yes, back in my day, at the sight of wolves, we would always close our doors at night. Oh, yes. We, at sundown, perhaps we should shelter our doors and lock ourselves in.
A couple of
Willow's kind of in disguise because I feel like she is very noticeable with her like ginger hair and just like her general demeanor. So she is not like dressed like herself. She's not wearing like she's covered, so her Calistria armor's like not visible. Her ginger hair, she's gonna have that like kind of like coal dusted in it, so it's darker to blend in, so she doesn't look like herself. And she's just gonna be like, "Oh, but have you seen the strength of the army they're building? They're working so hard to protect the people."
And the army's actually in town right now. Valerie just got back, and right as you kind of say that, a couple of light chain. Their garb is as close as you guys can get it right now. There's some slight mismatching. You know, everyone doesn't have a perfectly, color coordinated uniform right now, but the signs of two iron antler armymen.
I'm gonna roll it. I'm gonna see how well I do. Hold on. Would it be deception?
Yeah, sure, send it.
I'm gonna roll like shit because I'm like putting it out there. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not bad.
You lock eyes with a moment with Grigori. And as you speak and break, some of the silence over.
I don't use my accent. I've got my hair disguised. I'm fucking trying to sell it.
With that moment of eye contact, he gives you one of those like head tilts to the side, like of some sort of recognition.
I wink at him.
A couple of the Iron Antlers come in and they start immediately offering levels of security. But we're here. And you remember when the Alba struck. Some of us fell, some buildings burned. But our heroes rallied, and we helped, and we defended. And Valerie's been training us, and we're not going anywhere. Little camaraderie happens, and Grigori seems satisfied, but then seems to like kind of disappear in the crowd as some of the more of the company shows up. What else you do?
Me pissing in his Cheerios a little bit. I'm gonna like mark that as successful. And then she's gonna also spend some time. It's been a while since she last talked to her sister. She tries to spend as much time as she can with the old man, but she finds that their conversations kind of have separated. He seems to do his own thing now. So she's gonna reach out to Dizzy, finding ways to maybe reach out to the Earth, some way to communicate with her sister.
Dizzy would be willing to help. I'm not sure what the best way to do it is, though. But
I don't know either, but I mean, she's half plant, and that's kind of your specialty. She didn't seem herself. She seemed a little crazed, and I mean, she didn't always look all plant-like. She used to look a bit like me, just taller, prettier, and more human.
I am listening while you guys RP, so I'll be right back, like 2 minutes.
So, I don't know. I know you pray to something, some kind of plant god, right? Is that a thing? There's a plant god.
the Green Mother is all I know. But I will.
She sounds nice. Green's a good color.
Nice is one word for it. Yeah. I can seek guidance, and I will let you know what I find. The forest is always has things to say, so.
Yeah, it's been on my heart and on my mind a lot ever since we seen that witch. Cause she kept making eye contact and talking about the land knows, and I don't know. It's one of those things that just sit with you, and I got, maybe it's survivor's guilt. I know she ain't dead, but she ain't herself, and she's not happy.
Sure, the land's not too happy about chopping down all the trees and whatnot, so.
Well, hell no, that ain't supposed to happen. They ain't supposed to do that. That's why we made them here's flags and trees that are marked, and cut this. And I don't like that we're we're angering the lands. That wasn't our plan. We came here, and with you and Oak, we've learned a lot. That, you know, the land is a living thing. And thinking back, I believe it. I don't think I would have survived if there wasn't something watching me. And while I owe a lot to Callistria, she's, I feel like, given me a lot of skills and strength. Before I even knew her name, I swear these lands kept me safe on my way up.
I believe it. Someone could have been watching over you.
So if we can do anything to, obviously we're gonna have to disrupt a little bit, but I don't want to turn this into no sprawling city that just takes everything down. I want to make sure that we're giving as much as we're receiving. So if you can talk to your green mother, just tell her, I would love to just hear what she has to say. I'd love to help my little sister just find her way just a little bit. Hell, last time we saw her, she literally went in the ground, and it's dark and cold down there.
I will reach out and hopefully you hear some good news.
Anything else on your docket, Willow?
Personally, aside from cooking, acquiring the ring, and speaking about that, Willow will bring to the group, guys, I know that we were doing a little R&R. We've had a crazy couple of weeks. Not that any of these we have to do right now, but first up, I may have slipped up in our last audience meeting because I was concerned for the gentleman farmer, and I might have spoke out of turn, asking if the fur was white. There may slightly, possibly, there's definitely a rumor going around about a white wolf going around killing shit, and it's not a white wolf. I swear, I just may have made the poor boy piss himself, and now he's just talking out of his ass.
The farmer?
Yeah, he said something, and now it's spreading, and that Grigori bastard, he's like fucking oxygen to the fire. He fucking senses something burning, and he just lights it up. We may need to maybe check in on the I don't know, the White Warg. We might need to check in on her and see where she stands now that Halgruk is dead. I don't know where she is now. We know where she was about a month ago or so. 2 months probably now.
Amiri is down the hall here a little bit, finishing tearing off some meat off of a turkey. I will find this wolf, and I will kill it.
She's not a wolf. Oh, remember, she's a warg. We talked about this. She ain't She ain't natural, and she's evil. And she's a bitch.
No, I just meant I was going to go chase her down.
Oh. Yeah, so we need to deal with her. Maybe we can do it peacefully. Maybe she decides not to be such a bitch, and she wants to be friends, and we let her, just hunt, but not, the other white meat. Or lizards, or suit scales. Seems like a lot of constriction she might not want. Either way, we do need to maybe find her and talk to her, and maybe kill her, possibly. So that's like item number 1. Item number 2, we never did find that merchant. We also haven't made it to Varnhold. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. Maybe in the next month or so, we take the high road, see if we can find the missing merchant, and go on our way to Varnhold. Maybe set up actual trading agreements that might help us out a bunch. Third item on the docket. This is just another thing. Once again, this ain't even like priority. We didn't set up a timeline, but we got that gold mine.
Well, the gold mine's on the way out to the road, so kind of.
Yeah, these are just items I'm putting on the docket. Whatever, I'm just putting this out here for y'all. These are just things that have been on my mind, and I'm just putting that out on the ether.
That's true. We do need to get that gold mine established. Keep venturing further out and not dealing with that.
Maya, I'm sure you're an audience, but you're like, eyebrows go up.
Yeah, this is a lot of first time hearing about a lot of things.
As far as the farmer and his wolf issue, remember the last session that I did hire adventurers? I was successful in that for them to deal with that issue.
I do remember that, and it was very successful.
No problem resolved.
Local wolf was resolved, and adventurers might be finding more clues and tracking down other things. I'm gonna flip-flop here a little bit. I'll come right back to Willow Oak. During the coming month here, you spent a lot of time in the woods dealing with the animals and nature, getting your scouts out and gathering as much information as you can, but something a little more close to home maybe had your attention, with a lot of efforts being into possibly opening a storefront.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about what are my options as far as I know we have established farms. How do I go about establishing like an apple orchard or something like that? Because apple butter is delicious, and
Young
I
enough
mean,
to do it.
Yeah, exactly. So like stuff like that, like things that I would obviously need to slowly start accumulating to establish any kind of shop, like apple orchards and grow ops,
So
etc.
in terms of affecting your kingdom as a whole, this is stuff that Oak needs to bring to the table about what your kingdom wants. So like, you guys have one farm. It's the pig farm, actually. It's a meat farm. You guys have a radish patch where you guys know stuff. There's a fangberry grove that you guys know about. You can very certainly create a farm in any other region and just start planting trees, you know? But in terms of affecting the kingdom mechanically, feeding it and everything, that's something I want Oak to be like, guys, I wanted to plant fucking apple trees. I want my apple grove, and I want it here. You know, you guys got to put your feet down on some stuff and want some stuff.
Oh,
And
okay. I just needed to hear that I'm good to just plant shit as long as
You're-
and I needed the logistics of it.
you're the druid. I mean, I think if anyone, no, I don't think it's your kingdom. Plant trees, girl. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm
And
actually
remember,
gonna
these
go.
taxes are 12 miles, so you don't have to travel 25 miles to go plant trees. You can very well say, hey, I want to set aside an acre over here on the kingdom and just start a small apple grove. That's also perfectly acceptable. It's just not going to produce enough to feed the kingdom. If that makes sense.
It does. I'm going to. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Exactly, Kansas. I'm going to stand in front of my fellow leaders and propose that while someone was. They did try to reforest, but I would like to stand in front of my fellow leaders and propose that we reforest that area with additional food supplies like apple orchards and in the hopes that one day we would have like a little shop that sells healthier foods and not just beer and books for our townsfolk to help boost morale and give them like little extra food options, make things like apple butter and jams on delicious warm croissants. And but you can't eat books. And I mean you can, but good fucking luck. And also during Oak's incredible time out in the woods growing up, she's stumbled across some other herbal remedies that she found to be useful both medicinally and recreationally, and she thinks that something like that would be of great benefit to the people.
Great idea.
Nah, we need a brewery.
I mean, we can have both.
Did Oak settle on a name for her urban spoke shop?
Yeah, it was Oak's hoax, and I tried to confirm that earlier, but I think that's when my microphone was blinking at me.
The tree structure is finished. There's just some small polish that needs to be finished off, and you're easily able to organize that with some builders. Many questions are getting asked about when you want to open shop. And if you're not here, who will be in charge?
Well, as for when we open, that is still TBD. Until we get the apple orchard growing, I probably will have to make runs out to, or send my squirrels or whatever, or something out to the other farms and try to get some of the produce back in there. Probably have some squirrels going out foraging for just berries and things like that out in the woods and just try to get a small crop going to start. And it's a really good question of who I want to get to help run the store. I can offer I could try to offer a small salary, and I kind of look at Fionn. Like, is that okay? Can we offer a small salary and create jobs in our kingdom?
Sure.
Okay, then if people are asking, if people are interested, I would be more than happy to host some interviews for people who need some spare change, a little extra income, who want to, preferably people who know how to cook, at least some rudimentary kitchen skills. But it's anyone who needs a job. I'd be more than happy to listen to people, make their pitch.
Sounds like a job for Amiri.
Amiri has a job.
So I'm going to bring us back here. Oh, wrong one. Not here. Back to Stag's Crossing. So, Oak, there's only 2 spots left in the current town here. As you establish Oak's Tokes, there's a massive tree in which a dwelling or establish has basically been built around. So the center of your Oak's Tokes is a massive tree, and the roof and everything is built around the branches to make sure like water still doesn't come in. Where do you want this place? There's only 2 open spots, or fortunately, if you want to add another batch of 4, and there's 4 types of lots that you guys can add. Comes horizontal, a square. I guess actually you could make this into an L if you wanted to also. Fuck, I don't know how to do that. I might need to have Joey help me with that. Title, horizontal. Yes.
Can we overlay this on top of the tree that's already kind of existing, vibed by our...
This one?
Yeah, it seems to make sense, right?
I'll have to get with Dizzy Discord one-on-one here and figure out how to actually turn this into like that L block. But which one do you want? Do you want straight a line or square or a vertical?
Square, please.
So I want to remind you by adding another one next kingdom turn, you guys will be basically overcrowded again.
Yeah, we need a house.
But the free building, because this has been probably 10 sessions of building. Oak has gone back and forth, done things, worked on things to establish her Oak's Tokes. The building I'm going to is inside Oak's Tokes is an herb and smoke shop. Pull that layer back. There is a sacred grove inside here. It's a level 5 building. It's the highest that you guys can have right now.
Oh, dang, look at that knot, too.
Treat the settlement's level as 1 level higher than its actual level for the purpose of determining what primal magics items are available for sale in the settlement. This effect can stack up to 3 times. So, get a level 5 settlement. Level 6 items can now be primal items can now be purchased here.
Yay!
In terms of the apple groves, that's going to be a long time. Trees take a long time to grow. But you also know that Oleg's trading post, you have perfect agreement with, and they are very well stocked on meads, apples, produce, as they have a direct road and trade route with Restov. So, in terms of getting your resources to open your shop, that's not an issue because you can just trade with Oleg's, who gets direct trade route with Restov.
Do we get a discount on Oleg's wares?
We do.
Yes, but I'm not getting to that minutia in terms of the operating cost of Oaks Tokes. It's included with the opening of the secret.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
So Oaks Tokes can serve what they want under normal tavern parameters. You're not serving like fucking diamond infused fucking ale or anything, so your herbs, many of them herbal, or Jesus Christ, a lot of them medicinal in nature. That's what I was going for. Others more relaxing in nature. Does that change the day of you wanting to open your shop?
Now I can start looking for someone to help out, like someone that would help out like part-time and then would just take over the shop while we're out. Basically an assistant or an employee. I've really struggled for that word. Sorry, an employee. Yeah, I can start looking for one of those.
You get many offers for employees, people that want to help do the basic things, but who are you putting in charge when you're not here? That's the only question I want you to answer. But it is 9 o'clock. This is where we take our little break. Halftime party show.
Yep, I gotta take that yet, so.
Yep. Ready, cut. Sequel to it? Sins over Sandpoint, I think. But I feel like I would want to do Rise of the Runelords with a group.
Rise of the Runelords is amazing. Yeah, I hope I wasn't muted. Have I been talking this whole time and I've been muted?
I haven't heard you at all.
Oh, man.
Heard I be talking.
Rain,
I heard you talk before the break.
I have been talking to you, Rain. I just wanted to say, Rise of the Runelords is an amazing campaign. I super hope this one's for you guys. The third time is, third time's the charm. Takadash is actually part of my home group that I was telling you. He's been playing with us for 15 years. He did Rise of the Runelords with us, both campaigns, both attempts. The second one we did finish. So We are sending all of the love for you, dude. So if you guys want to send him a follow, see how they do. Were you not there for the first one? You weren't there for Kim killing us.
No, I don't think I was there for the
Okay,
first
you
one.
joined us. Okay, you joined us after.
Yeah, the second run with Finkel.
Yeah.
No, Official.
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 Yeah,
Yep.
we're
That's right.
sending all of the love. I sent you a follow if you guys are interested to see how this group does. It is his third attempt. It's his first time with this group, he says. So, but if you guys are interested to see how that turns out, send him a follow. So, they just ended their session.
I'll never forget Official. He was that's Tom's first character they
It
brought to the
was
table.
him and his butter knife on the table in the glassworks.
And he used to have all his little like rhymes and inspirations written down on a little paper before he'd come. He used to ride his bike to my house.
He did. So, thank you so much, dude. Enjoy your dinner. Love the views. We are going to be AFK for the next few minutes, but I wanted to make sure I sent some love to you. Call out. Apparently, I was muted, so I was talking to myself, or possibly my husband behind me. But much love. I will follow along and see how you guys do. You're live.
We're live.
We're live.
Days have turned into weeks. Weeks have turned into a month. Month rolls into another. There's so much to do here at home with the Capitol building and growing as fast as it is. Housing districts going up, the barracks going up, the army's being trained. After being in town for a week, the army leaves again with Valerie to do more extensive training. Willow Sawyer comes and goes, and his cabin's built. The structure's there. The pond that it sits on, or the section of the lake, actually, not the pond. There's always more work to do. It's like it's barren in terms of furnishings, but he's only there for in town for a week, and he leaves for basically 3 weeks. Dizzy, I think you wanted to do some communing. Aldrich's writing laws. Maya continues to study with Jubilost and, talk to Valerie. Any other big, extensive things? Items wanting to be crafted, pursued, or bought? And remember, you guys can buy almost anything locally of your kingdom's level or lower, of common and uncommon things. If you want something higher level, you'll have to request it. But Aldrich, one of your other things, we're wanting to look into this big dusk or dark wood warhammer, Morningstar.
Yeah. Yeah, so that has Duskwood. I feel like we should utilize that. So I was going to seek out some kind of craftsman to see if we can break that down. I mean, I already have special material on my weapon, but I think I'm the only one. Will I probably adorn your orcs or something, or make some grips for Fion's guns? I don't know.
You bring in almost everyone that you know. You track down Thaddeus. You ask Dizzy to look at it, Oak to look at it. This new arcanist, Maya, to come and look at it. Many of them are able to tell you what it does. Duskwood is an extremely light but exceptionally durable, ebony wood that's very capable of taking powerful magic. The rune is like the sister rune to the one that's in your sword. You have a shock rune in your sword. The one that's in this rune, or this Morningstar, is the thundering rune. It's actually even stronger yet, and you cannot find a magic user or craftsman that feel competent to remove it successfully from this Morningstar.
Okay.
If you're damaging the rune or the wood, or just not being able to do it at all.
What kind of? Oh, it's a Morningstar.
The Duskwood Morningstar with a thundering rune in it. I think Duskwood is level 8, and the thundering rune is also level 8. And you guys are all level 7.
I mean, I ain't gonna use that thing.
Yeah, are you doing anything else in the capital in the time you're 2 months so far?
Can I pay a small old lady to follow around Maya?
Sure. What old lady? A specific old lady, or just any old lady?
An old lady I trust.
Granny who? I'm kidding.
Like Doctor
yes.
Who, but Granny.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I was going to say. You are absolutely able to find many elderly ladies that want to hear what you have to say.
Perfect. Yeah, I want a network of grannies, not just one.
A harem of grannies?
I don't know if they'd be up for being in a harem, but yes, a network of grannies.
Yes, we would, of course, all of us. What a my strapping lad you are. Look how tall and handsome and...
They grab your cheeks 1, 2, 3 at a time. You find a small little group of ladies who sit around a table and drink tea and play cards on the basically the deck of the new popular tavern that was built. You observe them for a little while and you nod. Yeah, these are some original grannies. And between oh geez, 60, 70 years old. 2 of them have grandsons that are in the Iron Antler Army, Garrett, that you guys have. What are you doing with it? What's the plan? What are you doing with these grannies?
Well, they're just gonna tell me things like what Gregor is up to and what Maya's up to. And maybe the spy and the little lizard men. I forgot their names. Skin skills. Skin skills.
The suit skills are good. Are you referring to the 2 guys that we have chained up inside of our town hall?
Everyone. Spy on all people. But probably you should check on them. Have we checked on them?
Dungeons aren't normally.
So, you're basically using your eyes of the city ability, Fion. You're not really tracking specific creatures, but you're using the help of the locals, the eyes of the grannies.
Your granny army.
Do you need me to roll anything?
No.
Okay.
No, because you're doing it's fine. You over here. You don't over here. You convene with the granny card game, and give them the little stipend or whatever, and you deliver some notes and stuff like that to family members for them, and really helping them out. And in return, you get a bunch of information. And apparently, Grigori is obviously not a local. And
I believe he's trying to get himself caught. He's trying to stir up just enough trouble where he wants to stir a physical disagreement between perhaps yourself and him. He wants to see, or he wants the town to see, you guys use aggression on him. He's gonna keep poking. Is what we understand. He's gonna keep elevating his agitation until it becomes unbearable.
Sorry,
you really want to deal with this man? It's best you don't deal with him physically while a bunch of people are watching. Yes, that would probably be best for you.
What? You don't think we can buy Gregor? We gotta kill him?
Kill him? No. Whoa, you would do that? That sounds like murder.
You brought it up first, girl. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
I was just saying, don't deal violence to him, when everyone's watching.
Got it. We're on the same page.
Wait a minute. I wasn't really saying to be violent when they're not watching either. Perhaps
Sure.
try him in a court system. Do we have such a thing here?
We should have a town hall or a weekly debate.
I've heard that those that are breaking the law are fed to some hungry plant. Is this true?
Not that word.
That's what they're saying. Yes, everyone in the town is saying.
I'll have to check with Dizzy. Beyond thinks in his head.
We check in with Dizzy. What's going on, Dizzy?
I don't know. I think probably Izzy wants to just like check in on the wildlife, and maybe particularly the area where all the trees are chopped down. He would kind of go, just like maybe spend a day sort of relaxing there and seeing what's going on, meditating. I know we're trying to rehabilitate that area a little bit, so maybe checking in on that.
You travel a dozen miles, westish outside of the capital. You find the biggest stump and find a place to meditate. The questions of the chopped trees seem mostly answered. There was a lumberjack carpenter that came in and organized a bunch of settlers into creating, chopping down a bunch of trees to, build houses. And they did. Unfortunately, I think oaks, you guys have gotten onto them a little bit already, I think, but they did replant to their best effort, and you notice that it could be improved, and you spend some time doubling down to the replanting effort, but you fall deep into meditation, and you were like the wind flowing over tall grass, and it seems very similar to when you guys traveled east to Lake Silverstep. Slow rolling plains of tall grass. You just hear howling, and you feel your mind moving rapidly across the land. You suddenly plunge underground. You're in a cavern. The walls of the cavern, the cave system, you see a big opening. There's no stone in the walls. It's like writhing vegetation, vines coiling and moving, undulating, and occasionally even like reaching out to like grasp and like entangle you as you're here observing. Sure enough, a small vermin moves about 2 feet from the wall, and this vine lashes out at it, thorns envelop it, and it pulls it into the wall, and it's gone. You look up. There's no natural stone ceiling. There's a mysterious burning hellscape, like you're looking into another realm or plane entirely. In the center of the big cavern, you see a massive 15, 20 25-foot tall plant, big, massive flowers that look like rosebuds, thorns, big trunks that twist and coil, almost like a cocoon. There's big barbs and thorns coming off of them. As they twist and coil, like it's like a cocoon, you see a humanoid feminine figure inside the cocoon. It's like face in agony, hand kind of reaching out towards you. She looks familiar. Can't immediately place it. But she looks very familiar.
Not Willow's sister? Question mark.
That's Dizzy's exact question mark as he sees this visage. And then, as the plant rises up, there's something very ominous. This plant is alive, and there's a haze in the air that, as your vision starts to breathe in this haze and these toxins, like you feel yourself starting to cough, and your vision retracts, pulls back across the plains, back into the capital, and back to the trunk that you were meditating on, and you come out of your vision and meditation, coughing, and turn up as you cough. You see these like spores come out of your lungs. You do a quick little medical observation of yourself, and you're not sick, you're not diseased or anything like that, but that was more than just a vision. You were in a real place. The Green Mother brought you somewhere and showed you, and the only thing remotely similar to that vision that you ever seen was when you seen another druid, a ghostly apparition of a gnome druid with his arm blasted off, a Jin Durwimmer. A vision of the land being poisoned.
Yeah.
And they seem somewhat intertwined in this new moment here.
So that the vision of the land being poisoned, was that also like on a different plane and not like a
No, it was more local.
premonition? That was more like a premonition, right? Of like what's like in the stolen land somewhere type thing.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
In that new direction where you flew over a direction that you've now been before, you know that's to the east somewhere.
Okay. I guess when Dizzy heads back to town, he'd probably go find Willow then. I don't know what Willow's up to at this moment, but
We'll say tonight the group is holding, it's been a month. You guys have all been apart. You guys are holding a small feast, and word's been spread that, you know, the council should reconvene. So
You mean like a town hall?
yeah, Kingdom Town Hall. You guys are summoned basically just to each other to basically reconvene in the town hall. Basically, a month has gone by, a full month since the last kingdom turn, since the pier has been built, the new houses has been built. You're building a school or a library. You know, Oaks Tokes is about to do ribbon cutting here, waiting on some apple seeds to take root. Some basic laws have been drafted. Willow continues to plan for a massive feast, but hasn't told really anyone why, or she keeps saying, "Be hungry. I'm gonna, something's coming," or whatever. But
She will pull some of the
you
lead.
guys are all in the feasting hall here, basically. Not in thrones. You're not seeing anybody. Full relax. R&R. You guys are together.
Alright, so Maya aside, she will pull the group aside and be like, listen, I do have a couple things planned for this feast. I think it's important that we acknowledge milestones, first of all. And I know in our last council meeting, council meeting's not the right word, audience, that's the word that Lindsay used. We had spoke to Oleg, and he ain't in the capital much, and I know that he and Svetlana want that quieter life, and we talked about maybe seeking out a replacement for him. During our feast at the end of the month, I thought about maybe officially offering the position to somebody else. I know we don't know a whole lot about her.
I accept position. Mary raises her hand.
Willow's just gonna reach out and touch her knee, because that's about as high as she can reach on this fucking tree of a woman.
I accept position.
We will have a position open for you. This one you won't like. There's a lot of paperwork. You gotta write stuff, sit at a desk.
I refuse permission or position.
We'll work on it. We'll find one for you that suits you. But this ain't the one. We're busy trying to find that perfect title for you. But that Maya Hargrove girl that came in, I've been watching her, and it's a mixed basket. Like she's got some good ideas, and her intentions, I'm not 100%. They seem slightly impure, but hell, she's young, and if I'm being honest, if I look back at myself 10 years ago, my thoughts weren't so pure either. So I think with some guidance, maybe we could rub off on each other, and we might make this fucking kingdom something worthwhile. I'm gonna make eye contact with Aldrich as I say this, and then glance at Fionn.
I guess Valerie's got to sign off on her timesheets.
Now we can do a probationary thing, start slow, but hell, we gave the position to Oleg, barely knowing the man, and he ran a shack. He didn't come with paperwork.
Valerie does step forward. She's here. She's a general. I have not seen Maya in over a decade, but she seems very much the same. Determined, resilient, and she wants a place to call her own. Perhaps that place is a position of power. Perhaps it's a place of rulership. But she's very good at what she does. Perhaps the best I've seen at what she does, even if it's keeping her hair very short. She looks back at you and
Everyone here should do timesheets.
Maya would not
Just
be
saying.
here. This is specifically a meeting that I would have called when Maya was not present.
Yeah,
This
I know
I
you
said
said
at the
yeah.
beginning of this.
It's yeah, rulership meeting. Yeah, so no harem. Lindsay's there, Valerie, and you guys. No Amiri either.
Maya leaves quietly.
Hiding in the bushes.
I initially said this is all going down in the little feast hall. So you guys are all
it's
here.
before the
hall.
feast. It's something like she just wants to bring up before a potential feast actually happens.
If it's a position of management, paperwork pushing and signing, and magical capability, in my time spent in the kingdom, I don't think there's much others best suited to the task than Maya Hargrove.
I put it to y'all. This is just my humble opinions. I mean, I've been snooping and watching things, and I've seen some of the things she's done and heard some others, and there was only one slight thing, which I think maybe we'll discuss later, but I think that she could do us a lot of good, especially considering we need someone here more often than Oleg, and in that position, probably somebody, well, hell, more trained, because bless Oleg's heart, but the poor man can barely speak the common.
I don't know if I'd say that about Oleg, but I agree with you in general.
He's hiding behind a pillar over here.
The common.
He just don't like it. It's not his thing, and we need someone who's passionate about the position, especially if the role is to advise our king. And I'll be honest, I feel like I've mostly been doing that job, and I fucking hate it. No offense, Aldrich. I love you, but it ain't something I'm good at. I ain't real knowledgeable. I went from living on a fish farm to growing up in a tavern, and I mean I'm smart in the streets, but I think we need someone who's got skills beyond that.
Well, it's a good idea, and a strong endorsement from Valerie. But I think a trial period is in order. But I agree with this, and I'm willing to give it a try.
She's right outside those doors. Should I go get her?
No. We'll invite her to the feast, and then we'll tell her then. What the hell? Don't you know what, like, surprise? And that's the fun of it.
I would like to think it's efficiency, not surprise and timing.
Listen, I don't know this girl from fucking Adam and Eve, and if I'm gonna get a little bit of enjoyment out of it, it's gonna be pulling her along as long as I can.
Real quick, sorry, this is a little off topic, but while we have Valerie here and while I'm thinking about it, because I've forgotten it like 20 times so far, can I assign Valerie to do combat training with Mary? It doesn't have to be answered right now. I'm so sorry, Kansas. If I didn't get it out of my head, I would have forgotten it.
No,
Again, sorry.
this RP is not for me. This is just trying to... I do what I can to try to, like, bring things to light. I apologize if it ever feels like I'm trying to steal a spotlight. It is just me trying to, like, fucking throw stuff in front of the bus.
We love context. I love context. We're good.
Yes, Oak, you can, Valerie. Well, I will try, but I can't even speak to Mary, and Dizzy's been doing such a fantastic job already.
Wait, Dizzy was doing combat training with Mary? I thought it was obedience training.
Obedience, hunting, training, and
Oh, that's right. Okay, never mind. Dizzy can
he leveled her
continue.
up.
I'll just sick Mary on Valerie occasionally, and it'll be combat training for both of them.
You see a bunch of new scrapes in Valerie's shield. Fionn, how are you? Are you doing well?
Oh, sorry. I was pressing the wrong button. Yes, I'm doing well. We just opened a school. Or going to.
That's your doing.
Well, me and Miss. I say her name correctly, but I forgot her name. Miss M something. Miss M.
Miss M. Of course, I know exactly who that is.
You know the character's name. I don't know her name.
It's so exciting. You're opening a school and you have all those books. I have a lot of books. I'd like to volunteer some to the school. Do I give them to
you
you?
Want to. You can have your own section if you want. There's pretty sparse in there right now. Yeah, you can just drop them off, or you can give them to me.
I think that personally,
But it. Oh, sorry.
Will is just gonna like glance over. I think that y'all should really do that in person, real personal like. Make sure you like write it out so we get all the details of the books that she's doing. I think it should be like a real quaint, personal thing. Make sure we get all the details. We want to make sure she's recognized for her donations, don't you think, Fionn?
I didn't know you were so interested. Maybe you should lead our book club.
No,
You're
you
so
got
interested.
you've got this. I'm just saying that, with a contribution like she's making, I think that maybe a one-on-one thing, really taking those details.
I'm going to sign you up to lead a book club next week, so make sure you're ready.
I will be there if I wait. I can only come once per month. But here's the books I'd like to give. It's my whole collection. I've read them all at least 6 times over. And there's a 12-volume set, The Tales of Belor.
Wow. Thank you very much. These are greatly appreciated.
Now it will be your own section, my lord.
No one needs to know that.
Well, it's got your name on it.
Where?
Right there, book 1, volume 1. And then right there, you see it right there?
It's
2,
just it's spelled
3,
different.
4, 5, 6.
We spell it different.
It's spelled the same. Whatever, I said it wrong. Balors.
We actually changed our last name to be really close to the end, so we're gonna have to get these redone.
She closes distance enough so that like 1 more inch your noses would touch. It's becoming exhausting watching you hide who you are. You're so much stronger than that, Fionn.
We'll see.
Hands you the book collection, and you guys eat a fantastic meal. Anything else? Anybody say anything over the meal?
Yes, Dizzy was very conflicted about what to say about what he saw, but basically settles on just like exactly describing to Willow what he saw in his vision, and that like the woman he saw, it like seems like maybe it was her sister, but he's not sure.
Like, what do you mean? I mean, you saw my sister. You know, I guess what she did look like? 'Cause she didn't look like what I remember her looking like. Maybe she's changed again? Is that a thing?
It could be. It's nothing that I've ever seen before, but I don't know who else it would have been. It's frightening, whatever it was.
That ain't what I was wanting to hear.
I was thinking about just telling you I saw her and she's doing fine, but figured you'd want to know the truth.
No, the truth is always, like, best option. I mean, that's what my mom taught me growing up. Might not like it, but no guidance from your green mother on how to turn her to the sunlight.
The Green Mother isn't really one for guidance. Is maybe a good way to put it. But
I get that. My deity's kind of more on the whole, revenge point.
yeah. But at least made some kind of contact with her, so
I appreciate that. Anything you find in the future, I mean, it means a lot. I've tried, but I don't know if I ain't got the right connection or she just ain't listening anymore.
Dizzy, there was something you could tell from the vision. She didn't seem to be very willing or happy about what was going on. There was like a grimace on her face. She was reaching out like with a hand like for help.
gotcha.
It wasn't like a positive transformation or change or anything like that. She seemed to be enveloped and wrapped in that cocoon or twirling, root system of thorny vines.
Well, maybe if I keep pursuing it, we'll find a way to help her.
I appreciate that. I mean, I wouldn't. This is my feast.
No.
No, this is just a regular food.
You guys are meeting up for after a month of being away from each other. I don't think anyone even knows what you might have a feast going on for yet.
No, I was just checking. I mean, it makes sense. Willow's like, hey, we're all together. Like, here's a 5-course fucking southern meal.
Yeah, I mean, Dizzy's been out in the bush, every day, training Mary, going, hunting sites and convening, meditation. Oak's been doing crazy stuff to get her her shop opened up. Fion's been checking in here and there, doing finances and opening up a school. Aldrich's been buried in a study with Lindsay, drafting laws and, asking craftsmen to look at this, this rune and this morning star, and hey, everyone's doing stuff. A lot of time's gone by. Now a month has traveled. You guys are just throwing a big dinner, and with everything that's been said, I will take it amongst myself then, and I will go ahead and I'm going to invite Maya to our dinner, and I'm going to invite her to stay in my room because I won't be here 3 weeks out of the month. Down the foyer, Maya, you are found and tracked down and invited into a little feast hall by Valerie. They might look at you weird, but just you're used to that. That bunch of fantastic individuals, judging you.
Yeah, they have to be fantastic, or they wouldn't have made it this far.
I'm writing a book about them, actually. Lindsay's helping, of course.
Oh, of course, Lindsay's helping.
Ain't Lindsay writing a book about us? Seems conflicting.
Well, it must be about the kingdom and the people inside of it, but yeah, book. It's good. Must spread the rumor of greatness.
Over all this downtime, is anything else happening? Any plans, crafting, purchasing, announcements?
And Maya's just trying to complete that compendium so she can get some of those maps in there. Try and better understand the territory of
a month of studying
Breckenhold.
that you've lost. Your compendium is completed. I'm not sure if there's a gold cost for it or not, but it's easily completed.
Just ink and quill, I suppose.
I don't think Willow has much aside from, obviously, in the next, in that month, she's just following the rumor monger, kind of trying to gather what he's saying, see if she can add her own unrest to his comments, and then aside from that, she's gathering food, resources for the feast, and kind of watching Maya. She's been kind of tracking her this whole time, making sure she's on the up and up, seeing what she's about. She totally caught the underhanded resource gathering, but then seeing where the funds went, and she kind of wrote that off as okay, but maybe in the future we should have a talk.
I'm going to cast ants in Gregory's pants.
Gregory.
Oh,
Gregory.
Gregory. Gregory. I think it's, pre-Greg.
It's an I instead of an E.
Gregory. Oh.
That's it for Willow until the feast. That's all she's got.
Did I ever hire anyone?
Yeah, we found plenty of volunteers to come. Yeah, people are well, I say volunteers. People offered to come fill the normal day-to-day, employee slots, but you never I'm not sure if you had your eye on anyone that you wanted to be as
I wanted it to be Oleg, and I can't because Oleg a bitch. So
there's a family that comes to mind. It's not their specialty, but they seemed very resourceful and very resilient. The dad was a wax and candle maker, but the mom and son the mom's dead.
mom is dead. That's
Too soon, dude.
Too soon. The mom and son were very.
We get an extra hero point for that.
But they ran out of resources. But the son is very handy and is your first go-to. You hire a 14-year-old boy to be like a server, kind of like bus boy, herb packer, and shredder.
Starting to be young.
I mean, if this is like supposed to be a Middle Ages kind of situation, then no, he's like middle age at 14.
It's Middle Ages.
Yeah,
We are
he's
in
adult.
It's false that they actually
He's
died
not
young.
made of
They
poison.
average like they lived longer than we think they did. Like they lived like easily to 72 back then. Anyway.
magical healing and all that.
If they didn't,
A lot of people died very young, so it's skewed the.
Yeah, just lack of
yeah
workplace hazards and shit.
You guys feast and eat. Willow prepares you guys for this is just a dinner, what you guys are having right now. But Willow keeps preparing you for a exceptionally decadent feast where you guys are all invited, all your friends are all invited, all the NPCs I think you guys have met thus far are invited. And this burning question is, why?
No, I did. I mentioned to the group that it was when Valor was here that I had wanted to at the feast basically thank Oleg for. I didn't do the full thing. I didn't give them the entire.
Yeah, the Viceroy thing.
Right
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. I knew
But
that.
yes,
Yeah.
I did mention that. Yes, I wanted to basically thank Oleg for his viceroy position, and then maybe nominate and have Maya moved into the current position. I didn't give any other details about what the feast may be about, but that will be the starter. That's the app.
In the end of the dinner, Valerie finishes up her meal and tidies up and pushes her chair in. And the day after tomorrow, we're heading back out west. Aldrich, my lord, any orders?
Continue training the men. Stay vigilant. You keep hearing whispers from the west. Something is brewing over there. Keep your eyes open for a dragon.
Do you approve of Soya being the commander of the Iron Atlas?
Sawyer, huh?
I've run him through the dirt. He seems... chuckles. He seems rather rugged and enduring and quite the changed man from what I've heard that he pulled out of the Greenbelt Forest.
Yeah, I approve of this.
It's rather well motivated. With his promotion, I can spend some more time here in the capital. She turns and looks right at you, Fionn. But you never know when danger will come calling, and I'll have to be going out once again. Are there any new novels that you'd like to add or additions to the family archive? Very well. As you skadoodle away from her a little bit. Maya, Valerie kind of passes you in the hall, says that you are welcome to stay in her bedroom instead of an inn, if that's what you'd like, here in the keep.
You said when you weren't here, and it sounds like you will be here.
Not tonight.
Maya kind of gives her a raised eyebrow, as if she's curious where she's sleeping.
She just storms past you. Hands you a key on her way out. It's locked.
Thank you, Valerie.
Dinner passes. Your servants kind of clean up the area. Guys settle down for the night. Anything else happening this evening?
Sorry, Evan, can you repeat that? I cut
I'm
out.
saying you guys finish up the dinner. Some servants clean up the area, all the dishes and everything. It's late into the night. You guys spent a lot of hours chatting about recent and current events and possibly what you guys plan to do next. No one's actually mentioned that. The DM wants to know, FYI. You guys settle in for the evening. Aldrich and Oak, I think you guys are sharing a room. Willow got a room. Dizzy's got a room. And Maya can stay in Valerie's.
Valerie's is here, which is next to Fion's.
See it? If it is acceptable to all of you as well. I'd like to make a short toast, just in appreciation to everyone's rulership and what she's seen of a prospering kingdom. I mean, not too long ago, this was a plot of dirt, and in less than a year, you've turned it into a fairly prospering town. I think it should be commendable that you've done so much without an army of administrators. I see good things for the future of this kingdom.
Here's to that. Administrators sometimes just get in the way, Hopefully they don't. He gives a glare, but overall positive.
Willow's gonna glance an eye and raise her
Hopefully they
glass,
don't.
yeah. Here's to paperwork, not
Points to the new feed them to the plant rule.
Feed them to the plant rule, yes. Well, at the end
Thank
of
you
the
for the
day,
kind words, Maya.
at the end of the day, it's still the king's kingdom, and it will be run as such. I will simply offer whatever aid I can.
Yeah, you see that sword? At the end of the day, he'll fucking cut you with that, so that's something to live by.
Keep it sharp.
Yeah,
We're happy to have you, Maya. Thank you.
Another hour passes, and it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Jesus.
Anyone still awake?
Probably
Is everyone?
not. No, Willow's done by 1 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding me?
Oak might be sniffing around to kind of patrol.
I'm stuck under
I
someone,
was-
and I was trying to go to the kitchen, so I'm awake.
Oh, Fion's in the kitchen. Let me find Fion.
I'm underneath whoever's in the bottom right.
Theon secretly does things to annoy
Oh,
Willow.
just hit Z. If you're ever hidden under a token, just click the token that you're hidden under and hit Z.
It was okay. I can get my snack now.
It's a snacks.
Fion passed out around 11:30. Hour or so, 2 hours went by. Woke up. All's quiet in the night, and yeah, sure enough, wandered out to the feast table, and there's still some ham out there. Everything's still out there. Some bread and soft butter that's almost completely melted. You can just put right on some bread right away. You make a little like half sandwich real quick, some butter, pull some ham right off there, put it on there, and there's some chopped like cubes of cheese. Who cares? It's too thick. It's late. Or what does Fion get? Not the 11. What is
Some
Fion's
cheese.
go-to late night snack?
Cheese and big jam and cracker.
Big jam. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I'm just zooming in on all those meats right there. I'm just like, I'm a big like pepperoni and cheese or cream cheese and jam cracker. Yeah, good stuff. All right, Fion.
Someone breaking in that I hear something.
You hear some little pitter patter of footsteps, and Willow is looking for the kitchen, I think. I can't hear you. If you're talking.
I was glancing. I'm glancing. I'm not really there. I'm sleeping, but
Aldrich? Late into the night, early morning.
As long as people are up, Maya will stay up. It doesn't want to show like she's wussing out on the first day. Or
Well,
first month.
it looked like everyone like went to bed. Then, like maybe 30 minutes later, you heard a door opened and Oak was there. I'm not sure where Aldrich is. Is he passed out in his throne?
Yeah, too much ale.
He's passed out in his throne.
No, I would have been in my bedroom. But being like the usual watch guy, like I'm sound asleep for sure. But why won't it let me walk through the door?
Oak's there. I'll be all chunk.
There we go.
Yeah, I couldn't open that door.
It was locked. Yeah. Fion, you are up late snacking. Fig jam, cracker, one after the other. Crunch. And then, Oak, you hear it. A sound of shuffling to the south. A deafening crunch echoes from the feasting area.
Oak is going to go alert Aldrich.
Aldrich,
Get up, motherfucker.
you are awoken
What is it?
There's some shit going on outside. I think someone got in.
Well, don't wait. Go wake the others. And I'll start shuffling around for my sword.
Oak just howls loudly. Just howls. Wakes everyone up.
Slide my armor on as quick as I can.
All the torches, except for those by the entryway to the keep, are extinguished, as is normal protocol. You open the door. Dark. Thrones, chairs, columns of stone. You hear another crunch sound. Pretty sure you hear the tiny little sound of like laughter or joy. Oak, what are you doing?
Well, do I... I'm trying to think. Do the voices sound familiar at all?
You're not sure you've ever heard this little man giggle laugh before.
Does it sound like they'd be small in stature?
No.
Okay, you just kept saying small and little, and I kept picturing a gnome for some reason. All right.
They're like someone trying to be quiet, but not being so quiet.
Oh, fuck, I'm just gonna go down there.
What is it, Oak? I'm guessing you don't normally just howl in the middle of the night?
No, there's some little shitter running around.
And then with the howl, everyone wakes up. I mean, Aldrich, Willow, whoa! Oak, you burst in. Oak, you burst into the feasting hall, and you find Fionn in there with a biscuit covered in butter with one hand, another with like bread with like fig jam on it, and he's got like jam on his face and like a buttery like cheek on his other side. And he's like super late night snacking. And he looks right at you, bites into this like Ritz cracker looking thing, crunch sound. And he dips it into some fig jam and bites it again. Another big crunch.
He says, I can't believe you guys left all this out here still.
Have you been in my stash?
Your stash, it was on the table.
That was some good fucking tea, bro.
Apparently.
Maya's got magic fingers ready to go behind you.
Yep. I didn't ask how big the room was.
Aldrich's going to approach and say, everyone, what? This couldn't have been Fionn in the kitchen. Everybody, search the stronghold.
I mean, have you seen the tension this man has built up? I 100% believe any issues may be from him. I've tried. You're giving me nightmares, my man.
Aldrich, as you say that, you hear Fionn bite into this very dry, like Triscuit-looking cracker, and this loud crunch goes like resonates and echoes to the keep.
Holy shit, I can't believe we woke up to Fion eating.
Okay.
Does he always eat this loudly?
When he don't follow his urges, I imagine it's gonna get worse.
Going to the wine cellar to eat in peace.
The group fucking pounces on
Wine
Fion at the feasting hall.
Oh my fucking god.
Y'all are
I'm gonna
anxious.
start searching the adjacent rooms. My Everlight crystal is exposed, so I have light.
Exposed.
You guys scour, you search. Does be any sign of any intruder?
If you need anything else, just howl.
Ah! Morty says from the outside.
Oh, shit.
You knew that to be. I have this door. No one gets in. Spotlight effect on Morty.
Did you see anything?
I feel like Morty wanted into this keep. He would just headbutt it, and the walls would crumble.
He could squeeze in there
More
a
than
bit.
likely.
No, he could. I'm just saying, like those horns right there.
Yeah. Maybe goats are pretty destructive. No rhyme or reason as to why they just do anything.
Did Morty see anything? No.
No.
Dizzy's going to bed. Dizzy's like, must have been the wind. Or Fion being loud.
Fion was absolutely being loud.
God damn it, Fion.
Fion eats in peace. Oak settles down. Dizzy settles down. Maya settles down. Aldrich goes back to his double king-size bed or passes out in his throne.
Nah. Yeah, Aldrich is awake now. He's kind of worried. Like, he's got his armor on, his fucking sword's out. Like, he's gonna go to his throne with, like, a cup of coffee. He's up for the night.
What? No, what? Leave me alone.
No, we need to have a talk. You get your ass back here. You just fucked up my kitchen and you're just gonna run away?
Run away!
Nope. We need
I'm trapped.
Yeah, you're trapped. You just did this to yourself.
As the wee hours of the morning pass,
She just ran through the bushes.
he took a potion. As the wee hours of the morning pass,
Where are you going?
Aldrich, you're up with coffee. Fion and Willow are playing some hide and seek here in the courtyard.
She's not going far. She's trying to run away from me, but she can't go far.
You're not coming
I'm not coming through.
Sorry, I was
You guys-
crying.
Oh, you guys are trying to play tag.
I'm like stuck at the door.
She said,
That's a
Tails doing the
window.
same thing. She can't talk because she's like crying. She's like high pitched talking to me. I can't understand anything. In pursuit. She's in pursuit. She's in pursuit. Best part of the game here. All
I
right,
just
Aldrich.
can't see anything.
You're not sure what it is, but you have a cup of coffee. You sit here in your throne. You are vigilant as fuck. And you hear all, like every 5 minutes, a noise, a giggle, a laughter, a bush get crumpled. You're certain of it. There's a window open. You go close a window. Then the movement shifts outside the keep somewhere. It goes on for hours. Hours. Then the sun begins to rise and come in through the windows of the keep. Willow and Fionn, as the sun begins to rise and your game of hide and seek, you are like, holy fuck, Fionn, sun. As the sun's rising, you're like, oh my god. The sun's rising.
Muted again.
my room.
Willow just passes out in her chair.
I just heard her say, like, oh god, I lost her. I can't find her.
Yeah, I couldn't find her. She went to the darkness and I couldn't track her. And then all of a sudden I seen her character running through the fucking kingdom here, the fucking fort. I'm like the only one that scares her in the group because I like fucking force him to like face reality.
Well, as morning comes and you guys go about your morning routine, Willow, Fionn, Aldrich, Oak, everyone who was on their most alert. Perhaps it's most startling to Fionn and Willow, due to you running around the keep at such late hours. On the front door, the side door, the back door, every entrance into the keep, you find drawn in charcoal the symbol of the Black Tier Assassin's Guild. The Black Tiers were the ones that took down Lady Jamandi's stronghold.
It's the ones that, yeah, that, fucking...
Arrived with frost giants and other things.
And robbed her coffers, right?
And definitely, yeah, the Black Tiers robbed their coffers blind.
We would recognize that symbol right away, right?
Yeah, 100%, yeah.
The Pictus.
It's on every door entering your keep. With the completion of Kingdom events, proceeding into Chapter 5 of Kingmaker here, you guys are awarded 120 experience points. I think that's actually enough to level you.
That's for the players?
Players, 120.
Yes, so that should bring us to a total of 24 for the next level.
Wait.
So 24. We are now level 8.
Like you guys wanted to find some assassins in your keep or something.
Yeah, we tried.
I was just trying to be the big sister that Fionn needed, but he ran away.
Maybe you would have slept. That could have been up for the bad guys.
You're just gonna find Willow one night, like curled up in your bed, like whispering in your ear, like, I'm here about your extended car warranty.
I'll make my door so tall you can't even get in.
So tall? You're making short jokes now? The fuck?
My door handle's 6 feet high.
Yeah.
It just needs to be 5 feet high. I'm not even 3 foot. Like
Yeah, but now you need an
4
athletics
feet.
check to get up there to open the
Now
door.
I need a ladder.
You ride Morty and open it
Pretty
on his
much. We're
back.
like we're not BFs, but we're close. We're gonna be fucking. I'm just gonna I'm gonna recruit Dizzy, and we're gonna be like the 3 kobolds in a trench coat. We're just gonna be fucking 2 short people in a trench coat.
I had a another Loy Resbin encounter
This
ready to go
fucking
here
guy.
tonight too. You guys don't want more Loy Resbin?
No.
Which guy was that?
It's the aristocrat that's like, I want to make a sister fucking settlement. So can you
He
go
approaches
murder
again,
those other
little
people
dustier.
so we can live there?
My rulers, champions of
Christopher
progress,
Walken's over here.
Oh, Christopher
my
Walken. Yeah, why don't you say
slayers
so?
of many things with 2 legs. My name's Loy Resbin. You know, I'm a big idea. To the west, you know, there's reptiles that are terrible neighbors. I came by, you know, a few months ago. We had some fantastic conversation, you know, electric even. I talked about expansion. There's prime land out there, you know. It's still prime, even primer somehow. How does the land do that? You know, it's like it's trying to grow. So I went back just to check on it, you know, to keep an eye on things. The reptiles, they're still there. Actually, if anything, I think there's more. I saw one that looked at me and it knew my name. Like, I don't like that. That's new. That's a new development. He just goes on. Anyways,
Oh, Lord.
he's waiting to talk to you. Level 8, guys. 137 hit points? What the fuck is that, Aldrich?
I don't know.
Is that how many hit points he has?
Yeah,
137.
it's pretty wild.
I see 137. I heard a different number than what you just said.
137. Yeah.
I thought you said 80 something. 180 something.
No.
I'm at 86. You know, it's a number.
I think everyone probably has more hit points than I do.
80.
All right, so we're tied.
No, I was looking. You have 80.
Oh yeah, I have 80.
Hmm? Oh, Fion hasn't leveled yet.
You need to bump that number, Fion. Dude, you're so behind on
900 thing
XP.
earlier.
You weren't even like current. That's not even what our current was.
I heard someone say 900 earlier, and I was going to get to it when it came up, and now it has, so you're welcome.
Yep, our new total is going to be 24 out of 1,000, and you're going to be level 8.
Oak has 86 max.
That's what my max is.
Yeah, so it's not too much.
Boom, look at you, Fion, all leveled. Looking sexy. You got this.
Mm-hmm.
Just come into Mama's wing. I got you.
You don't want to go into Valerie's wing.
I'm trying to hook him up.
He keeps playing hard to get.
I know, but then
He's playing, I don't want none.
I know, and he's gonna find he ain't gonna get none. Fucking him IB don't start nothing, won't be nothing.
I think Valerie is Fion's type.
Are you trying to steal Sawyer? You are. I knew it! Second his picture came up, you were like, yeah.
She's like, I didn't know
Why do
Fion was
we
gay.
always say Sawyer looks like that one actor when he looks way more like Caprio? I get confused every time.
See, he was based on, his name is Sawyer. He was literally based on Sawyer from The Lost.
Oh yeah, that's right. But what's that guy's name?
The actor? I don't know.
See, yeah. Someone keeps saying someone more famous. I'm like, that's not who that looks like.
No, it's Sawyer. Here, I'm putting it in the memes thing. I shared it earlier. How dare you?
What the hell? What's this thing I gotta pay for to view this article here?
I don't know.
Fion linked it.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. All the paywall things are down right now. 12-foot ladders down. Internet archives down. It's rough. But
It's
maybe
rough.
people should just pay journalists. Who can say?
What? 50 cents a week? Bruh.
50.
Maybe it's worth it. I can't even scroll in the article a little bit. It doesn't let me read anything. Not even like, I can't even read the headline. Let me read the headline. I guess I can read the headline link, but
Oh,
no.
snap. That changed my whole thing.
Yeah, I've seen complete spectrums on both sides. Like, my great grandma lived to be 106.
Oh,
She
she's a
drank.
legend.
She drank an insane amount of wine. She smoked a bunch of pot as a kid. And then that was it. My grandma died when she was 86.
I think she was 86. Yeah, 30-year difference.
Yeah, 86, and
20-year
never
difference?
drank. Yeah. Oh, she drank a bunch, but never smoked. Never did a single drug.
She did
drug in her
smoke.
life.
She didn't smoke.
No,
She
she
smoked
smoked.
cigarettes.
Yeah, but she never did a drug in her life. Died when she was 86. I think it's biology when you're born. There's some factors that you can make over your choice of your life, but
Great grandma, she like at 100, she was asked like, "How do you live so long?" And she's like, "Sex, pork, and wine." That was her like recommendations. So there you go. There you have it. Sex, pork, and wine. That is a secret to a long life. I'm behind this.
I want to read that article. I just don't want to deal with this. Whatever. Well, we're done. I mean, I will leave it open. You guys are welcome to level up and do some stuff. Yeah, level 8.
Yeah, I've been just
Level 8?
here reading all my new shits.
You know, there was a add-on thing called Companion Compendium, which automated some of the stuff. Do you know if it's
I have it.
still...
It's in.
Is it in? Okay.
I
For that
did.
Kingdom? For Kingdom?
Yeah, I
It's for
installed
Foundry in
it.
general. I'm trying to figure out, because one of my feats is related to Morty, so...
It should be in.
I'll
What's
do.
it called?
It's called Companion Compendium, I think.
Oh, it's
Is it inside of Tool Belt
hold on.
now or something?
Reloading. No. It somehow got disabled.
Cool.
Just reloaded.
That sounds good. I guess
More to become even more powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me shoot us over to a raid if you guys are okay with that. If anybody is not in the stream already, can you guys pop in and then I'm gonna shoot us over to a raid.
I am.
Where's the link at again?
Let me see if I can pop it up real quick.
Is it on your other Discord? I forget.
I just linked it recently, but give me a second and I will send a new one in.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
It's pinned on your other Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
It's pinned on your other Discord. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got it.
Compendium should be installed now, Dizzy.
Oh, and then let me
Compendium should
shut
be
this
installed now,
down.
Dizzy.
Oh, I'm hearing an
Nice.
echo because I have it open. All right, and then I'm gonna go ahead and send us into a raid for.
Did it work for whatever you're looking to do?
I think so. Yes.
He gets archetype heats? What the fuck?
So, no, those are just, I think, because you have them turned
What?
on, they show up.
The raid thing should be popped up for people. Except for everyone who wants to accept.
I don't see anything to accept.
It says K is a rating with 3 raiders, and there's a leave button.
Alright, so I'm gonna raid now for those that are here.
Do it.
Okay, it's automatic.
What's behind this door?
And then I'm gonna go
Rise of
ahead
the
and
Rimlord.
end our stream.